Hey, my name's Neen James, and as a professional keynote speaker, I'm often approached by people who say, Neen, I want to be a speaker just like you. So you want to be a speaker. What I've done here is created 10 strategies that you can consider when you want to be a speaker. Some of them are free. Some of them you may want to invest some money in. But what I'd love to share with you is just 10 things that I think might make a difference. You see, I've been blessed to be mentored by some of the absolute greatest speakers in the world, people who were very generous with me and helped me in my development as well. I am a member of the National Speakers Association, and the first strategy I would encourage you to think about if you want to be a speaker is join NSA for short. Not the listening one, the speaking one. The National Speakers Association has chapters all around pretty much the world, but also they have conferences and get-togethers. So I'd encourage you as the first thing to consider is join NSA. The second thing I would tell you to do is to leverage the resources they create, especially Voices of Experience, which is their audio program. It's called VOE for short. You can download the app for free. My favorite year in that particular series was back in, I think it was 2012 to 2013. Or maybe it was 2013 to 14. It was chaired by a gentleman called Theo Andros, and it has such a fantastic business focus with a very diverse lineup of guests. So go find the app and check out that resource. I also encourage you to download their free digital magazine called Speaker Magazine. When you join NSA, you get a paper edition as part of that. The third strategy, if you want to be a speaker, is record yourself, meaning record yourself any chance you can get when you're on a phone with a client, when you're giving a presentation. And then the fourth strategy is video yourself. Every time you have the privilege of standing in front of an audience, see if you can video it, because there's going to come a time when you want to be able to really build your website, increase your fee structure, and show clients what you do. They're going to want to see you present in a variety of situations. I so wish I had got more video when I was newer, and that I had much more available when I went to create what's called a show reel. And your show reel or a sizzle reel is just you speaking. The other thing that I would suggest, strategy number 4, I think we're up to, is speak often. Speak as often as you can. Now, I know people will tell you not to speak for free. Well, that's just rubbish. That's crazy. I still speak for free for things I really believe in, boards that I serve on, or charities that I support. There's going to have a time where you're going to have to, what I think is called, earn your stripes. There's going to be times where you're going to speak. But I would love you to consider how can you get some form of payment or exchange or value. The fifth strategy is study the masters. I was so privileged to be mentored by some of the greatest speakers, I think, in the world. People like Matt Church, Mark Sanborn, Connie Podesta, Scott McCain. So many brilliant people. I learned from masters like Lou Heckler, Michael Port. There are some fantastic people out there. Learn from them, study them. And strategy number 6 is read well. Read deeply. Some of the best books you'll read if you're really interested in this business. Michael Port has a book called Steal the Show. It's one of my favorites, and it's brilliant for anyone who does performance. Alan Weiss, it doesn't matter what he writes, it's brilliant. Value-based Fees is a fantastic one. $1 Million Consulting is another one. He's a really great writer. And I think he's also got one called $1 Million Speaker. So check out Alan Weiss. The 7th strategy I think we are up to is listen well, but trust yourself. So listen to all the advice people are going to share, but filter it and think about how does that really respond to you. One of the things I did early in my career was I listened to everybody, tried to implement everything, and it made me crazy and I wasn't listening to my gut. And even still, after being in this industry for 15 years, sometimes I still feel myself listening to people and thinking, oh my gosh, I need to do that. And then realizing it works for them, but it's not going to necessarily work for me. Strategy number 8 is don't buy everything. Don't do what I did. When I was a new speaker, every time there was a program, a webinar, a book, a course, you name it, I bought it. And I spent so much money. I wasted so many dollars and so much time. Don't buy everything. Buy the things that will really give you the value based on doing due diligence. Interview people. Ask them if it's worth it. Don't buy it in the moment. Now, I know that goes against what a lot of speakers are going to tell you. I'm just saving you money, I hope. But don't buy everything. Give yourself 24 hours. If you still want it and you still believe it's going to be beneficial, then certainly buy it. I told you that one of the strategies was to video yourself, but not just video yourself. Get multiple video shots. Where possible, get a 2 or a 3 camera shoot when you're getting more established so that they can also have footage of the audience reacting to you. Have the producer shoot it from behind you, looking out into the crowd so they can see you as well as the reaction of the audience loving you. And then the 10th strategy, if you really want to be a speaker, is invest. That means lots of things. It means invest money to develop yourself. It means invest with some of the best coaches and do your due diligence. Don't just get coached by anyone. Get really coached by the people who are the top of their game. It means investing time in the practice and rehearsal. I still rehearse. I still practice. I spend hours customizing and tailoring my programs based on my client. I had the privilege recently of speaking for the North Carolina's Credit Union League. And so what I did as part of my research was found out at least 20 examples where Carolina credit unions were doing phenomenal things in regards to the topic that I share. So investing is not just about money, it's about time. This is a business that is really easy to get into and really hard to stay in. It's really easy to hang up a shingle and say, I'm a speaker, look at me. It's the same as coaching. There's no barriers to entry for coaching, for consulting, or for speaking. But if you really want to make it in the speaking industry, this is just 10 different ways that you can think about developing your expertise, your talent, your brand, your community. What I've learned about being part of the National Speakers Association, both in Australia and in the US, is that it is one of the most generous communities you'll ever find. You would think they'd be competitors, but funnily enough, speakers refer speakers, and some of the best jobs I've ever had, the best clients I've ever worked with, the best audiences I've ever served are because another speaker has recommended me for the job. This industry is all about standing in service. It's about standing in service first. So that's just my 10 ideas. I'd love to hear yours, so please write them below if you are already a professional speaker. What's your advice for other speakers? Please share that here so other people can benefit from that. It's been my absolute privilege to serve you with just these 10 ideas, and if you'd like to stay connected on social media, we can do that through Twitter. My Twitter handle is @NeenJames, or you can come across and like us at Neen James Communications. But definitely check out the National Speakers Association. The website's here below. Download the VOE, or Voices of Experience app, listen to Theo Andrus's year, and also check out Speaker Magazine.